Hey, what's up? It's this old Outboard. Happy Halloween, by the way. Hope everybody had a safe Halloween. Um, I was so exhausted. I didn't go out. I didn't do anything this year. Um, and here's why. All right. So, this week's project is we want to take these old round columns and square them up. And what I did here, the plan is I made this form and concrete, filled it up. Hope it's gonna work. And the deal is concrete form, and then going up to the top it's going to be wood squared off. All right, so this is what I came up with. She wanted squared out wood. Anyway, I built these columns and getting ready to paint, or started painting. Everything's going to be white with the sea foam, I guess you call it, greenish, bluish sea foam colored door. And all I keep getting is rain. Here comes another round. They said 50%, and by God, I've been getting wet about 50% of the time. You can see up there, down there, the sprayer didn't get it. And get the door painted today and take a break, baby. All right, so this is the Kraus and Becca. It's the little electric paint spray gun from Harbor Freight, baby. 20 bucks. There you go, Harbor Freight, free advertisement. Anyway, the damn thing worked pretty damn good. I used it on the soffit, the aluminum soffit, and it worked pretty good. Follow the directions, and you should be all right. This is an 80s, early 80s. I'm thinking, trying to remember, 70 horse Johnson Evinrude Johnson. Still a sticker on it that I can see. This thing has been sunk, I think, 4 times already. And last year it sunk with the hurricane, came through Florida. And then somehow it got a hole in it, and the guy had kept a pump in there running 24/7, fill up, pump or turn on, dump the water out, you know, back and forth, kind of a slow process. Anyway, so last year, after it sunk and everything, he had sold this thing. And the guy had it all screwed up, trying to adjust it and get it up and running. So the owner asked me if I would take a look at it, so I said sure. Which I don't really work on these bigger motors, but I know a little bit. I had a few when I first started. Anyway, I went through all the linkage and hooked everything up to the best of my record knowledge, without any manuals or anything. Pulled the carbs off. The compression was good. Took the carbs. There's a parts motor over there he picked up. Swapped out a couple of carbs for some reason, and got her up and running. Anyway, it was running pretty good from what I remember. And then somebody pulled the plug on the pump and the damn thing sunk again. So he dragged it out and wants me to look at it again. And first and foremost, the biggest problem is had to re-hook up the trim on it. The switch was bad. Put a new switch in. Trim's back up and working. Then the second thing was the steering. You couldn't barely even turn this thing. So I'm jumping online, checking out steering cables and stuff, and what I did was I pulled this cable out and hung it up here, and I've been spraying some PB Blaster in it, trying to get it to loosen up. I also took this end out, greased everything up, cleaned everything, greased her up, and so it's been soaking for a little while with some PB Blaster. I'm going to shoot it again. Just keep hitting it, let it soak for a few days, and see if that damn cable will loosen up. If it won't, just order one up. Spraying it in the gears here, and it's running down. And there's some in there. I shot a bunch in there, but these are just keep spraying it and spraying it and spraying it, and that stuff is pretty good, man. It works pretty good. So I'm gonna hit it again, and then get this puppy back in the water, get her back up and running again. Now, one thing I remember was these carburetors, man, were just spitting out so much gas. So reed valves come into play. Like I said, we got a parts motor over there if we need to swap in stuff out. But she was running pretty smooth, you know. The key switch was just an absolute mess. I just threw a couple of, you know, put a push button starter in there, a push button choke for the solenoid, and a little toggle switch for the trim. Just, you know, quick, cheap, easy, get it in the water. And this is one thing I've been dealing with a little bit, you know, my spare time when I have any, this past week, which has been zero. Anyway, beautiful. That big line of clouds, boy, it almost looks like mountains over there. Boy, I tell you what, I put this damn battery in here, and I haven't had to take it out and charge it yet. Crappy rods are all crappy. They just tore me a goddamn needlefish. He's a big one too. So anyway, like I was saying, been busy as hell, exhausted, wore out. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm not going anywhere. Pull this puppy apart, pick up where I left off. Way behind on schedule. And but I did do some digging around, went through the archives, found an old 25 I did up years ago, 72, 73, old parts motor, beat up, looked like hell, but man, she ran out great, came out good. Check it out. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks again. Bing, bang, boom.
Hey, you know the channel.